Hello, welcome back to Science with Miss Oliver. I have a super cool lesson plan and I can't wait to share it with y'all. But before we do, let's get our things together. Let's take out the worksheets we're going to need for this lesson. The first worksheet says, I can help the earth at the top. Looks like this. The next worksheet says, Earth Day Headband. You should see I, a heart, and the earth. And then the third and last worksheet says Earth Day Headband at the top as well, but you're going to see three boxes. One has reduce, reuse, and recycle. So they look like this. You're going to take out a pencil to write with and some crayons or color pencils or anything to color with. And you're going to take out that sentence strip that came in the packet for this week. So go ahead and take out these items. If you have to pause the video to get your things together, please do so. If not, we can move on to the next slide. So scholars, we're going to talk about Earth Day. Earth Day is actually this week. It's on April 22nd, Wednesday, April 22nd. So it's this Wednesday. Earth Day is super important to me, not because it's my favorite planet, because it's the planet with you on it. We want to make sure this planet is around for a super long time so we all can live on it and be happy and healthy. So we're going to talk about Earth Day, and it's this Wednesday. The purpose of Earth Day is not only to celebrate the planet we live on, but it's a way for us to look at how we're treating the Earth and to think about if we're treating the Earth good or bad. We sometimes do a lot of harmful things to the earth, some things that we don't even realize that we're doing. But today we're going to learn some ways that we can make the earth happy. So the focus question for this lesson, the question that we're all going to be able to answer by the end of this lesson is, what can we do to help the earth? What can we do to help the earth? Because this is a big thing. This is not just a one-man job. This is something that we all have to come together to do to help the earth. What can we do to help the earth? So the 3 R's to a happier and healthier earth are recycle, reuse, and reduce. Let me hear you say that. Recycle, reuse, reduce. Recycle, reuse, reduce. Recycle, reuse, reduce. We're going to be talking about these 3 R's in this PowerPoint. Recycle, reuse, and reduce. The first one up is recycle. Recycle means using things that have already been used to make new. For example, items that can be recycled are glass bottles, plastic, newspapers, magazines, so that's paper, aluminum cans, and food. We can recycle these items by putting them in these recycling bins. Once you recycle a glass bottle, it can be recycled, cleaned, and used again. So we can just keep on recycling so we don't have to keep making new ones. Same for newspaper, cans, plastic. How cool is that? I'm pretty sure we all been out and we've seen recycling bins. You want to make sure you put the correct item in the correct bin. So if you have a glass bottle, of course you're going to put that in the glass recycling bin. If you have some paper and newspaper, you're going to, of course, put that in the paper recycling bin. If you have plastic, which bin would you put that in? That's right, the plastic bin. So you're going to pause the video right here. You're going to take out your pencil and your paper and you're going to write 3 items that you can recycle. 3 items you can recycle. So you're going to look at this list and write 3 items that you can recycle. Pick 3. Go ahead and pause the video right here. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you picked your 3 items that you can recycle. You can go ahead and push that to the side while we move on to the next one. So we did recycle. The next one is reuse. Reuse means to use again. If you can't reuse it yourself, try to find someone who can. Items that can be reused are books, old toys, plastic bags, utensils and bottles, plastic containers, and clothes. For example, if you want to reuse an old book, if you have an old book that you already read and you're no longer using it anymore, you can pass it to a friend or a family member and then they can now use that book. Old toys. If you're not playing with your old toys anymore, package them up and donate them so someone else can use them. The same for plastic bags. You can use your plastic bags as trash bag liners, or you can take them to the grocery store with you and use your bags instead of getting a brand new one. The same for plastic utensils and bottles. After you use them one time, wash them and use them again. Same for plastic containers. And then for clothes, if you have old clothes that you're not wearing anymore, you can donate those as well. Or you can pass them to a younger sibling so they can wear your old clothes. And if you have an older sibling, they can pass you their clothes. So you're just keeping it all in the family. So now you're going to pause the video right here and you're going to write 2 items that you can reuse. 2 items that you can reuse. Look at this list and think about 2 items that you can reuse. Pause your video right here. Bringing it back in 5, bringing it back in 4, bringing it back in 3, 2, and 1. So we're moving on to the next one. The first one was recycle. The next one was reuse. Our last one is reduce. Reduce means to lower the amount of things that we throw away or the things that we waste. Items that can be reduced are food, water, electrical items, and gas. For example, we can reduce food by only cooking the amount of food that we know we're going to eat. Instead of overcooking and having to throw it away in the end, we can just cook what we know we're going to eat. The same for water. You can reduce your amount of water by when you're brushing your teeth and washing your face, you can cut the water off instead of just let it run down the drain. For electrical items, where you're no longer in a room or a space, you can cut that light off, cut the TV off, cut your game system off. Don't just let things play if you're not watching it. And then last, gas. Instead of driving everywhere all the time, try walking sometimes. The weather is super nice now, so you can do a little walk around the neighborhood, a walk around your yard, or you can ride your bike instead of driving. So you can help the earth and exercise. So for our last one, we're going to pause the video and we're going to write 1 way I can reduce. You can say I can reduce by saving food, cutting off water, riding my bike. You can put 1 way that you plan to reduce. Pause your video right here. Bringing it back in 5, bringing it back in 4, bringing it back in 3, 2, 1. So we talked about the 3 R's to a happy and healthy earth. Recycle, reuse, and reduce. On our paper, we put ways that we're going to help our planet recycle, reuse, and reduce. So cool. I can't wait to read the things you put. So moving on to our super cool craft. Now, we're moving on to our Earth Day headbands. Everyone is going to get to make one of these cool Earth Day headbands, and you're going to be able to take a picture in it and share it with everyone. How cool is that? So go ahead and take out your paper that has Earth Day headband at the top. You should see an I Heart Earth. You can also take out your crayons. So take out your crayons and your paper. I'll give you 5 seconds to do so. 5, and 1. So right here, you're going to color your paper. Color your eye, your heart, Earth Day, and your planet. This is your hat, so you can color it any way you want to. I can't wait to see these super cool creations. So go ahead and pause the video right here to color your hat. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now since you colored your hat, you're going to cut it out now. You should cut the top part off and a little from around the sides. So after you color your hat, you should cut it to where it looks just like this. So go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and cut out your hat. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now since you have this part together, you're going to push that to the side and you're going to bring out that second paper that has Earth Day headband at the top with those 3 boxes and your pencil. So on this worksheet, you're going to draw a picture in each box, ways that you can reduce, reuse, and recycle. If you need some examples, you can go back and look in this video at some of the examples we talked about, or you can look at your paper. For the reduce, you can go back and look at the slide that has the red heart on it. For reuse, you can go back and look at the slide that has the blue heart. For recycle, you can go back and look at the slide that has the blue smiley face. I'm sorry, these are smiley faces. Miss Oliver has an example right here as well. So for reduce, I drew a car and I put a line through because I said, nope, I'm not going to drive my car. I'm going to ride my new bike. For reuse, I drew some clothes because instead of buying new clothes or just letting my clothes sit around, I can donate those clothes to a charity or I can sell them to a consignment shop. So that's someone reusing my clothes. So that means I can help someone and I can also get some money, you know? Recycle. So I like to do a lot of arts and crafts projects and I have a lot of extra paper left over. Instead of just throwing that paper away, I'm going to start putting it in a paper recycling bin so it can get used for something else. So you can go ahead and draw your things that you can reuse, recycle, and reduce. And this is a super cool picture of me on my bike. So I'm saying no to my car and yes to my super cool new bike. How cool do I look? So not only am I helping the earth, I'm getting some good exercise in too. So go ahead and pause the video right here so you can draw your pictures in each box. Bringing it back in 5, bringing it back in 4, bringing it back in 3, 2, and 1. I can't wait to see the things you guys drew. I am so anxious to see them. So after we colored all of our stuff and cut it out, you should have this first little thing from our first worksheet cut out already. And from our second worksheet, you should have went ahead. You can go ahead and cut out these 3 little boxes. So pause the video right here to cut out your 3 boxes. Pause. Bringing it back in 5, bringing it back in 4, bringing it back in 3, 2, and 1. So right now, your paper should look exactly like this. You should have one paper where your I love Earth, and then your second paper should be cut into 3 boxes from your reuse, reduce, and recycle. Now, it's time to take out that sentence strip that came into the packets this week. You're going to take those papers and you're going to glue it, staple it, tape it any way you want onto that sentence strip, just like this. So this is Miss Oliver's hat, and it's also another example of a hat on the screen. So this is my hat. I stapled mine on. I stapled those 3 pieces of paper onto the back. So this is my hat. So you can go ahead and staple, glue, however you want to do your hat right now onto that sentence strip. Go ahead and pause the video. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So right now you should have a finished product. Your hat should look exactly like this one. I'm going to take off my headband and I'm going to put on my hat. So on Wednesday, March 22nd, you're going to take a picture in your super cool Earth Day hat and you're going to tag us on Instagram or Facebook so we can see what you did. And we're going to share it on our page. How cool is that? So that means everyone from the school, everyone from the world can see that you're celebrating Earth Day and they can know that you care so much about your earth that you plan to recycle, reuse, and reduce. I can't wait to see what you guys did. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.